How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, lately I've been doing videos to point out how white people in their system take full advantage of it, and to show that they are not loyal to their own, but they take full advantage of getting whatever the hell they want to get out of this system that was placed literally at their doorstep. And the enemy tries to come off like they are very patriotic, honest, and sincere, and when it seems that you or I, we have broke the law, they are quite swift at coming at us. And it's literally a joke, because we see Trump doing it. You know, he's literally obstructing justice right in everybody's face, you know. And things have eroded so much in Esau's world that they don't even care how it look. They're not discreet anymore. But I take joy doing these videos because it's like literally shitting right in your face. And so all of that patriotic and all that shit, that's already been debunked. We see what their true nature is, and they are not even loyal to their own people. And so we know about Michael Avenatti's antics and his foolishness. And so the shit that he has done, it's like, when the hell are y'all going to get around to disbarring this criminal? I mean, he don't care where he get the money. You can have 2 feet in the grave. He digging all in your ass, trying to take whatever he could take, because he wants to maintain a certain type of lifestyle. And one thing that I've learned you remember they had that series, American Greed, how easy in their world they can get their hands on large sums of money. It's deep. So my royal family, I got 3 videos, and I do got a bonus video. Oh yeah. Oh yes. And I ain't gonna even reveal what that's about. So let's get into it. California State Bar moves toward disbarring Avenatti. The State Bar of California has reportedly asked the State Bar Court to place Stormy Daniels' former lawyer, Michael Avenatti, on involuntary inactive enrollment to keep him from practicing law in the state, and could move to disbar him. The Associated Press reported Monday that the bar said it expects to eventually disbar Avenatti, which he will fight. Avenatti has 10 days to respond to the bar's request and seek a hearing, according to the news outlets. I'm very much looking forward to representing the witnesses and the evidence that support my version of events, which also happens to be the truth, Avenatti told The Hill in a Tuesday statement. Thankfully, there is still something called due process that prevents government action with no real evidence. He has been charged in federal court in Los Angeles with stealing millions of dollars from clients, and has also been charged in New York with defrauding Daniels. He has denied the allegations. These motherfuckers is dragging their feet. I mean, they can clearly be just got the gun blowing the motherfuckers' brains out of it, and they'll still stay in a state of denial. I mean, this shit is comical to me, how they don't want to do the very thing that they put in the law books. You have clearly violated the fucking law. You a fucking crook. And then on top of that, this dusty motherfucker thought he was gonna walk away with tons of money, and he was threatening Nike. Nike is international. And this racist motherfucker, he's the type that he know he gonna drown, but he want to take specifically some black folks with him, because he feel like they don't deserve anything. So, you know, he keep throwing those lugs out about Nike paying black folks specifically, giving them money. They should give them money, because these black athletes are being whored out. Not all of them make it to the pros. They need to make some money and have medical care. So this gives you the level of his arrogance. This is a true narcissist. It truly is. But their system itself is a narcissist. And so what we are looking at again is those side effects. And it's like they froze. Look at the shit that's going on with Trump. And they don't know what the fuck to do with their own. But boy, if it's us, it would be quite swift. So they considering, that's how I look at it, of disbarring him. So this first video that I'm going to play, this was done March 25th. Specifically, March 25th, March, April, May, June. So we in June. And they slowly but surely getting around to doing what they need to do. But they half-ass doing it. So this is a refresher. And also, the other reason why I'm playing this video, I want you to specifically listen to language. How the enemy wordplay on words when it comes to breaking the law.
There you have it. The U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman announcing extortion charges against Michael Avenatti and laying out the scheme as they see it. You might have just heard that first question from my WNBC colleague, Chris Glorioso. What is the difference between legal extortion and extortion? Jeffrey Berman said extortion is when you have no plausible right to something. And Michael Avenatti was not seeking money for a client. He was seeking money for himself. Back with me, Danny Savalos. Danny.
It's important to remember, even threats of unmeritorious litigation, even a very, very weak case, cannot form the basis for extortion. And that's why you see the government attorneys stressing that this was not about a lawsuit. In fact, the whole lawsuit part of it was bypassed. This was instead about, give us money or we will announce things about you that are embarrassing. That is it. That's the end of the transaction. It's important, and even the government attorney made that point, that there is a difference between threats of legitimate litigation, and by the way, so too are protected threats of not so legitimate litigation. The key here is there was no courthouse really in sight. This was just a demand for property. That fits into Hobbs Act extortion. That is a crime.
Not for a client, but for Avenatti himself.
That's right. Essentially, he's asking him maybe to pay attorney's fees. Maybe that's how Avenatti would characterize it. But trust me when I say that Michael Avenatti's defense team will swiftly file a motion to throw this case out, to toss any indictment based on insufficiency of the pleading on that exact basis. They will try to defend this case based on the notion that threats of litigation are protected. They cannot form the basis for extortion. But the Southern District has already thought of this, and that's why they've taken such care to point out in this charging instrument that this was not about the filing of a legitimate lawsuit, even a weak lawsuit.
And what is happening in Los Angeles? Because the news conference out there is ongoing. Unfortunately, our feed is not working properly. It's not a good feed. But is this more serious or less serious than what we're seeing here today about extortion?
Lawyers around the country reading the criminal complaint in California are having heart palpitations because it describes exactly the conduct that is beaten into our heads from the beginning of law school to not engage in. It is staggering. First of all, the complaint alleges that for several years, Avenatti wasn't even paying taxes, not misfiling, not misreporting, that he didn't even file income tax returns. It's so staggering, I read it several times, but it's right there in the complaint. It also alleges that he misreported his income in order to obtain loans, and then, for lawyers, this is mind-blowing, he's alleged to have taken a settlement that he obtained on behalf of a client, and alleged to have deceived the client about when the settlement came in, put it in a client trust account, monkeyed around with the client trust account, which is something that is an automatic loss of your law license for almost every single state.
Doesn't it sound like he's trying to pay off bills?
It sounds like, and this is exactly why we lawyers have rules about our client trust accounts, and why, if there's any commingling of funds between our operating account and our client trust account, that's the fastest route to disbarment. And the reason for that is this. It's so easy because the public places its trust in us as lawyers to safeguard their money when we hold it, that we have bookkeeping requirements, because it's so easy to rob Peter in one account to pay Paul. In other words, if your electric bills are late at the law firm, your client trust account, it's just sitting in there. I'll borrow from it. I'll pay it back. Absolutely not. That's a huge no-no. That is not allowed. So there are so many problems in California for Michael Avenatti.
So if he's found guilty of that, we can expect to see him disbarred.
Almost as a prerequisite. That is the least of his concerns, getting disbarred. But that, to me, to any lawyer reading it, that is the fact pattern that you're given in your ethics exam, where the correct answer is lawyer gets disbarred.
Wow.
All right. So now he's talking about this shit in March, and I read the article, and they not even being clear. You know, they still got some wiggle room. You know, they allow him to defend himself and all this type of stuff like that. And the part that gets me is they know he was committing crimes. He ain't filed taxes in eons. They know this. They will watch them do shit for years and just turn away. You know? And now, along the way of, you know, not properly dealing with the law, there were people that were abused and extorted. We know the story up here in California alone. One of his clients is wheelchair bound. Just stole their fucking money. And so, on paper, this man is trying to get some money, because this motherfucker done stole it, and they saying, well, based on what we see, you know, you got this lawsuit and you won, and you got millions of dollars. We can't help you. You know? So that's really hurting somebody. That's low fucking down. You got a client that got major health issues, and then added on top of that, the stress of you don't know where you're going to get some coins at because you've been extorted and all of that. And there's other people along the way. This motherfucker don't care, because he's living a certain lifestyle and he want to maintain it. And he was gangster about his shit, but he had all these opportunities. He owned coffee shops, you know, and all of that. But he abused the system because they set it up for them to abuse it. So, now we in present day. This video here was done a day ago. Hear what they got to say. A little over 3 minutes.
Is an attorney who represents one of creepy porn lawyer's former clients. He's pushing for CPL to be disbarred for what he did. He joins us now. Mr. Larson, thanks very much for coming on.
Thank you, Tucker.
Can you tell us what about his behavior, in your view, warrants disbarment?
Well, my view is shaped by 30 years as a lawyer here in the state of California. I've been a judge, I've been a prosecutor myself. For the last 10 years, I've been in private practice. The legal profession means the world to me. And at the core of the legal profession is honesty, trust, transparency, accountability to our clients. And for someone to do what Mr. Avenatti is accused of doing, not just by us, but now by the State Bar of California and 2 U.S. attorneys' offices, is beyond the pale. It threatens our justice system. It threatens the rule of law.
It certainly threatens to shape the public's view of your profession, which raises the obvious question, why hasn't he been disbarred already? I mean, just watching this on television, it was clear that the guy was a fraud and a menace.
Well, our justice system depends on our process, and the process is being played out. Mr. Avenatti has not been convicted. He has not been found guilty. But just this week, the State Bar of California filed papers seeking to have him moved to an involuntary inactive status. They can only do that when they are convinced by clear and convincing evidence that he is a threat to the public or his clients, and that they believe that they will be successful and that the success will lead to disbarment. So it's a pretty unusual step for the State Bar to take. Again, that hasn't been decided by the courts. It's working its way through the process. Part of our rule of law is people are innocent until proven guilty. We are confident that that's what the evidence will show and that's what will happen, but we do need to await the process.
Has he offered any sort of defense?
None. We have not seen anything come forward, and he's had the opportunity to do so. In fact, we brought an arbitration proceeding pursuant to our contract with our client and him. We brought it before JAMS. We wanted to have the arbitration. It required him to pay the arbitration fees, which he has refused to do. We're now planning to dismiss that and move forward in the state courts, which is our right to do. He's doing, from our perspective, everything he can to delay this. Again, it's within his rights, but at the end of the day, we are convinced that justice will prevail.
Can I just ask you a broader question I can't resist? So you seem like a man of integrity and a serious person. You've been a prosecutor, a judge, private practice attorney. Most people don't like lawyers, not because of people like you, but because of people like CPL. There are a lot of sleazy lawyers out there, and almost none of them ever get disbarred. Do state bar associations, why don't they do something to improve the quality of lawyers? And maybe that would help all lawyers.
Well, there's no question that we as lawyers, and we regulate ourselves to a large extent. I mean, the state bars are made up of lawyers. We are largely a self-regulating profession, and we need to do a better job of that. The vast majority of lawyers, Tucker, are good people, and they're committed to the rule of law. Our judges, our lawyers, I think, by and large, in my experience, are good people. But given the sensitivity of the position, given the importance of the position of lawyers, one bad apple or a few bad apples can wreak havoc in the system. We do need to do a better job of regulating and policing. Yes.
Nice.
All right, my royal family. Again, I heard it something he said. Michael Avenatti is doing everything he can within the law to delay the inevitable. But they full of shit. They is. This shit is backfiring on them left and right. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Because the system, on a very high percentage level, always works against us. So which we are looking at is, now it's time for them to start feeling these side effects of the very thing that they put in place to keep them fully protected. Because they didn't have us in mind when it was putting certain laws together for them. Now they had us in mind on other things, like we can literally be fucking breathing, lock them up, kill them, do whatever. And we seeing it to this day. Esau will never change their nature. And so the enemy don't have a clue with their high ass Q what to do, because if they start changing laws, then it will affect their immediate situation. And all this bullshit about, you know, for the most part, you know, even they say this about police, you know, they got a nerve to say, well, over 90% of law enforcement are very good, decent people. Bullshit. And even these slimy ass lawyers, because, you know, they know the law and they know how to slither their way and get them coins. And that's what he did. He don't give a fuck about nobody. Just living hard and living fast. So let's get into the bonus video. You know, that juicy shit I like to show the royal family. So we know that Michael Avenatti had got caught up in some shit. And he beat on his girlfriend. You know, fast cars, tons of money, lying, cheating, stealing. And these are the side effects of it too. But this cow is a dingbat her damn self, because she believed the lies and she was quite delusional and she thought she had arrived. You know, he sold you a fantasy, girlfriend. So let's check this out.
Michael Avenatti is the high-powered lawyer who took on President Trump during the Stormy Daniels scandal. But he's now dealing with his own scandals, having been indicted for alleged extortion and embezzlement, charges to which he's pled not guilty. His live-in girlfriend, who he once said would be the next First Lady, once accused him of assault, but he denies it and he was never charged. Now she's talking with our Stephen Fabian about what she says Avenatti is really like.
Those tears are over her shattered romance with embattled attorney Michael Avenatti.
He loved to be in the center of attention.
25-year-old Morelli Minuti is an actress who has had minor roles in several movies, but she says her most demanding role was Avenatti's girlfriend.
He wanted me to be able to be available for him whenever he needed.
They met at a celebrity hangout in LA in 2017.
Hold up. She said he wanted her to be available whenever he needed some sex. You a hoe, girlfriend. So, you know, he was, you know, setting things up because, you know, he got to come through, hit it, and keep it moving. Let's keep it core over here. I couldn't help myself, my royal family. I just had to put in my 17 cents. Ooh, these folks are something else.
He was 23 and he was twice her age. It was a whirlwind romance with trips to Europe and the promise of a lavish lifestyle.
He made it seem as if he's the best lawyer in the United States.
While they were dating, Avenatti became a national figure, representing porn star Stormy Daniels in her legal battles with President Trump. Minuti says Avenatti wouldn't allow her to work as a waitress because she was going to be, get this, the next First Lady.
He told me I can potentially be the next First Lady of the United States, so why would I want to go and do something like that?
So he said, I'm going to be president of the United States. I can't have my girlfriend working as a waitress.
Yes.
Avenatti says that's preposterous. A turning point in their relationship came with this appearance on the red carpet at the Video Music Awards last summer. Avenatti came solo.
Are you running for president in 2020?
I have not made a determination yet, but I'm seriously considering it.
She says she was offended she wasn't invited, and the next day she accused Avenatti of being obsessed with fame.
He got really angry. He told me if I ever mention that again, we're done. That I can never tell him that he likes attention.
The end came 3 months later. She says they had a bitter argument over her expenses.
He physically dragged me on the bed while I was in my panties and t-shirt and left me behind our door in a public hallway.
Minuti posted these photos, which she says show bruises and carpet burns.
I have never struck a woman. I never will strike a woman.
Avenatti was arrested, but no charges were filed. Michael Bachman is her attorney.
I don't think they wanted the headache of dealing with Michael Avenatti, so Morelli was an easy person to cast to the side.
Today, Avenatti faces trial for extortion and embezzlement. He denies any wrongdoing.
I am now facing the fight of my life against the ultimate Goliath, the Trump administration.
I'm very scared for him because I think he's lost.
And his ex-girlfriend weeps when she thinks about their love affair.
Do you still love him?
I do. I don't know if the person that I love even exists.
In a statement, Avenatti told Inside Edition that his ex-girlfriend is, quote, lying about what happened in an effort to become famous and rich. He also said he never stopped Minuti from working as a waitress.
So, all I can say about that is you was just nothing more than a piece of ass, and you believed the hype. Thought she was gonna be the first lady. Really? Boy, when people is having sex, they believe all kind of shit. Do you love me? Yeah, I love you. You know, all kind of shit. I just can't help myself. I always got to throw a lug in there, my royal family. So, it just shows you another part of Esau's nature, how they use this system, what they think of their women, and all of that. And she was nothing more than a piece of ass. And when he got tired of her, it was like just putting you in the trash can and keep it moving. You know, when I was doing my research about him, he has 3 children. 2 of his children are teenagers. And he rarely mentioned them. He'll be like, sometimes he'll say, well, this is affecting my family. This dude don't give a fuck about his family. And he is going to jail because he was fucking up in Trump's world. And we're not going to lose sight. You even was trying to get up in R. Kelly's affairs. Karma's a true bitch, Avenatti. And the other thing I wanted to add, my royal family, shows you how the media is complicit in shit. We can't find his mugshot either. That's been going on lately. They are very selective of what mugshots they choose to show. So, they playing the game too. So, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.